Well, initially the idea was would have 6 guaranteed slots, 6 at-large teams when they go to the 12-team format. But with the demise of the Pac-12, they've changed it. It's now going to be called 5+7. You'll take the 5 top conference champions, ACC, Big Ten, SEC, Big 12, and whoever's the highest ranked conference champion from the group of 5s. That could be from the AAC, from the Mountain West, from all those other lower conferences. Those 5 top-ranked champions, guaranteed slots. Then you'll have 7 at-large teams who will be chosen. That could be the runner-up in the Big Ten. It could be somebody else that had a great season and maybe didn't qualify for the championship. We'll have 7 runner-ups will be the at-large teams. 5 will play 12, 6 will play 11, 7 will play 10, 8 will play 9. That's the first round matchups. Those games will be at the home field of the higher rated team.
Okay.
Then second round, third round will be the bowl games on New Year's Day. All those bowl games will be for second and third round of the playoffs. And then there'll be the championship game, obviously, will be coming up in late January. It's the best thing you could do considering what the hell happened to the Pac-12 conference. However, there's something really different that nobody ever considered. The rankings. CFB, College Football Playoff Committee, they're going to have their own set of rankings to determine who goes to the bowl games. Now, the conference champions are the conference champions, but the other 7 at-large bids, that's going to come from their rankings, and their rankings are going to be full of all types of things like strength of schedule, margin of victory, tradition, things of that nature. So they will meet towards the end of the season, and they will put out rankings every week, and then they'll get to the finish line after the conference championship games are played, and they'll rank, and then they'll rank the at-large teams. It's going to be fascinating to see what happens. The thing that I like about this is we are not excluding a group of 5 champion. We're not excluding Boise State or the potential of San Diego State or Fresno State. We're not excluding anybody from the AAC. We're not excluding anybody from the Mid-American Conference. But the reality is, unless you're 13-0, you're going to have a hard time getting into this playoff field because there's an asterisk now. There's no limit on how many teams can be taken from one conference. Does this become the Southeast Conference Invitational? Because there's so many good football teams there. So the committee will have its own rankings. So we'll take the top 5. They automatically qualify. The next 7 will be their rankings. Their rankings could involve 4 teams from the SEC or 4 teams from the Big Ten. So you get excited if Ole Miss is going to wind up somewhere in the midst of that against Iowa. I know you've been a proponent. My big theory is now that it's going to go to 12, John, we're going to have some 50-7 blowouts in these playoff games. And is that really good? I don't know. You're going to yell at me about, hey, we're going to give Wyoming the opportunity because they had a once-in-a-lifetime great season. Okay, but this is not like March Madness. So anyhow, that's what they've done. The ranking system, that story just kind of leaked out after the formula was released. I said, oh, they're going to rank them. It's not going to be anybody else's rankings. They're going to rank them. And the fact that there's no limitation as to how many can be in the 7 at-large package, no limit in the conference. Like I said, Southeast Conference Invitational.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Yeah. I mean, but I do like the idea that they have their own rankings. It's a little bit like basketball with KenPom and RPI. They had all these different analytics models. So I guess we'll see a little more of that, which is good. But there's still only one guarantee for a group of 5, right? And, is a group of 5 going to make those 7 wild cards? Probably not.
That's the issue. You could have a 13-0 Miami of Ohio, but if you got a group of 5 Boise State that's 13-0, they're going to probably get in. I can't see Miami of Ohio or somebody from one of these other group of 5 conferences have enough juice to be able to be in the rankings because you got the group of 5 champion already guaranteed.
Yeah, and on top of it is, imagine if you're in the NFL and they said, well, the winner of the AFC West is guaranteed to get in the playoffs. But if you won the NFC Central, we're not sure. That's kind of a down conference, so we may have a selection process to let you in. I mean, imagine if the NFL did that.
So you wanted this. You wanted everybody on the planet to be in college football play.
Oh, I do. I mean, I would love to see you.
You were
This is
yelling
12.
at me in September.
Let's go
that.
to 32 teams. Let's open this baby up. It is interesting that some of the games are at the home stadium rather than making those some of the lesser bowl games, like the Tangerine Bowl or something.
No, the Holiday Bowl.
Or the Holiday Bowl. Yeah. So that I kind of would prefer that because, boy, if you have a home field advantage in that first round, that's when you're really going to see a 60-7 game.
Yeah, and I think there's a real sidebar impact here by virtue of the playoffs, John, is the second level of bowl games. I mean, the Holiday Bowl means a hell of a lot to our community. A lot of people work very hard in our community. And it's like all these second level bowl games just don't carry the clout or the importance anymore, and the luster and the sparkliness. It's just not there.
Yeah, but if we open this thing up, the fans will flood in. Good for the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, that's where we are. So you're a college football fan. Do you like the 5+7 format? Are there some inequities? Time for you to join us. Get into the chat box right now for Fans Forum. Hey, our podcast